Hello and welcome to NN Driven. I just installed FSD 14.1.3 and we are going to use it for the very first time ever to drive out to a new supercharger in Sterling, Virginia, which is about an hour drive. I decided to start from this parking garage in Shirlington, which is very tight and has a really awkward exit, to see if it would get out. So far, so good. It's got a really aggressive little speed bump here. See if it sees that. It sure seems like it is going to. There we go. Came to basically a complete stop because of the stop sign. We have a car coming, a police officer actually, from our left. Now we can go out. All right, we are now in Shirlington. Let's see, how is it going to get out to the interstate? Okay, that looks like a good way out. It's the way I would go to get out, I think. You could also go left and right, but that takes you down the like, oh, actually it is going to go that way. Okay, that's good. This is going to take us through the little, plaza area where everyone hangs out. Totally fine. It's probably the way I would have went too. And I'm really excited about the parking options here. It is, we'll see how that works. I got a waypoint in here kind of to get us out Great Falls Road. And yeah, oh, little brake stabby thing there that everyone's been talking about. It was reacting to that guy, not sure where he was going to go. Now we got this truck is going to pull over here. It gives us plenty of room to get through. We should be able to just slide through. It's going slow. Very nicely done. He's not getting out right now. Good. So again, I think parking is really the biggest new thing here that I think in terms of advancement in kind of day-to-day life. We've never been able to park before. We've never been able to really do that with any kind of reliability or specificity. So I'm really excited to try that out. I do have a waypoint along the way, which will allow us to try it once before we get to the supercharger. The supercharger is brand new. It's not even on my nav yet, so it's not going to be able to give me the option to like park at the supercharger, but I put the pin kind of right by where I know the superchargers are. I'm going to also run in standard mode. I may just flip around a little bit to try different things as we go along the way here. And we have a lot of really interesting stuff on GW Parkway. This is all good. And there's a lot of crazy construction, so I am expecting a disengagement. I drove out to the supercharger yesterday, so I know what this route looks like as of 24 hours ago. And there's some crazy stuff that FSD 13 just couldn't handle. So we'll see how it goes. Here we got the backups almost right to the very merge here. Again, we're in standard mode. That was super quick. Like as soon as I pushed that start driving, it started driving. That was pretty wild. Okay, so far so good. This is good. Go over. That's exactly what I would do. In a very short period of time, we'll probably want to be to the right up here. Go ahead and drop out here. So we're going to go up GW Parkway, and that's still tons of construction. The construction's sort of winding down, so the lane closures are changing dynamically. Yesterday, FSD really struggled. It got caught out a few times by lane closures that it didn't detect soon enough, and it boxed itself in besides other cars, and I had to brake out. We'll see if V14 handles that any differently today. And okay, so we're a little late here. I would probably be getting over here because you just never know what the traffic is like up here where we have to exit onto 27. Generally, you can make it all happen, but okay, we got a gap here if it wants to take it. No, it doesn't want to take it yet. There it goes. Now it's getting over. That could have been more elegant than it was. Could have thought a little bit further ahead. They're both going to exit, so it would have been perfectly fine had it stayed. Now we get a lane split. The best thing to do is to stay to the left of this lane split because the right lane ends down at the Pentagon without warning. It's a right turn into the Pentagon. And there's no warning, it just ends. FSD has been tending to go to the right. Oh, it's gonna go left this time. Oh, that was perfect. Hard to know if it was because of that Honda though, but that's exactly the right thing. That's what you would wanna do all the time. This is the lane you wanna be in. It takes us all the way around. So that was perfect. Speed's good here. This is what everyone drives regardless of what any speed limit says here. Okay, this guy came all the way across, no problem, didn't freak FSD out, perfect. Now we're just gonna make the run down to the Memorial Bridge where we're gonna go through a really awkward set of interchanges, down, up, and then back down onto GW Parkway. Terrible design, very unsafe. And we'll see how FSD handles that. We'll see what kind of traffic we run into for that. Okay, now we will want to get over one more lane. This lane now will goes down into another Pentagon parking lot. We're getting over, perfect. That's exactly what we want to do. Again, this feels like a natural speed for this road. It's what everyone drives. This BMW ahead of us is pulling away. No one's encroaching on us too badly here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull our cameras up for this one. All right, so we go from 45 miles an hour speed limit down to 25 without warning. It just drops. No one really slows down dramatically, but you should start slowing down. People are slowing down, so FSD is reacting to that. Still very natural, very nice feeling here. Now we've got to get over. We don't have anyone coming in beside us, so this should be pretty easy. We really should just get over to the right lane. There is a white line here. Oh, excellent. Much earlier, V14 really didn't even react until it saw those posts. No cross pedestrians there to worry about this time. Down underneath the bridge. And we're going to come up. We kind of do a merge again onto 27. We just essentially went around a roundabout for Memorial Bridge. And now we're going to slide to the right. What do we got going here? Cars. Okay, we've got cars around us. We have stay to the right here. The white car doesn't know what they're going to do. Okay, this BMW is still in front of us. We do have cars coming. I can see them out of my peripheral vision. It's slowing down. It's slowing down. Oh, look. Oh, that is so natural. Oh, huge improvement over all versions of previous versions of FSD. All previous versions of FSD felt like they were just going to barge right through into that merge without like any care of like who was coming up. It actually, that was perfectly timed, perfectly slowed down, perfectly felt, very natural. Better than 99% of humans would do that particular merge with those cars coming up. Absolutely perfect. Again, I'm on standard mode here. Speed limit is stated as 40 here. No one drives 40. So this actually feels pretty comfortable to me. This is what most people are going to be driving here. Just again, the craziness of our speed limits in this country and like how you don't follow them until you have to follow them. It's super weird. This is a very natural speed here. On standard mode, don't feel like I need to do anything else here. Feels very comfortable. We got temporary road work here. I don't know if we lose a lane. It doesn't indicate a lane loss. Okay, still all feels good. I personally might have slowed down a little bit around all of that construction, but everyone else is kind of doing the same thing. Lane closed half a mile up here. We're already in the right lane, so that's perfect. Don't know if it was because it wanted to be out of the left lane. Yesterday when I drove this, FSD 13.2.9 stayed in the left lane until it was forced over by the lane closure. So this was actually much better. This is a much better positioning for what's coming. Leaves you are now in the right place. Everyone else has to merge into you. So very happy with this. Again, speed feels fine here. People drive all over the map in terms of speed on this road. You will encounter people driving 40. You will encounter people driving 70. Somewhere in the 50 to 60 range is kind of feels pretty normal overall. This car's in the wrong lane, not even paying attention. Just got caught out and just pushed over. That's what FSD 13 would have felt like, to be honest. Okay, so now it's got a left turn. That's actually correct. We're sliding over. We really didn't need a turn signal there. That's really the only thing we can do. All right, looks like we're going to be behind slow pokes. So this is a very good speed. I like this spacing. The spacing feels better than V13. V13 and 12 kind of encroached on the car in front. This feels a lot more comfortable in terms of spacing. All very good here. I think what I may do is I may just go quiet here, and I will do a time lapse through this until we get to different areas that are more interesting. So far, it's doing exactly what it should. We're just following this car. See you on the other side of the time lapse. Okay, here we are back. This is where FSD 13 got stuck yesterday. V14 was much better there. It detected the lane closure much earlier and allowed it to get back behind this car. Perfectly done. That's what we really wanted it to do. Yesterday it failed. Today it succeeded. Same scenario. It was gonna go around. It got, was almost about to get boxed out, but its perception was much earlier and allowed it to resolve that without an issue. Yesterday, that was a disengagement. Oh, very nice. Was going to slide over. This guy came in, so he just instantly got over to the left lane. Nice job. All right, back here again. This is a little odd, not sure why it forced itself over to the right lane here. Not needed. The left lane's actually the one we kind of want to be in. I suspect it's thinking that there was going to be a lane closure there, which there used to be. So now it said, okay. So no harm there, just not very natural, like, again, just kind of almost like it's operating off something rote there. Okay, back over to the right. Again, just should have just stayed where it was. But no harm in getting out of the left lane. I just think, more local knowledge, if you're like, I'm gonna lose that lane anyway, may as well just stay here. Very early though compared to yesterday, much nicer than yesterday on V13. All right, now we're getting into really crazy stuff. These roads have changed completely from what's in the map data. Coming up here, we actually need to exit left rather than to the right for Georgetown Pike. All right, so this again, feeling very natural. We do have this car we're following. But I don't think that would be a big issue. So notice here, it's showing to the right in 0.6 miles. We actually need to be to the left because the exit is now awkwardly to the left rather than to the right. The right now becomes an on-ramp to 495 southbound, which is very weird. It's very not natural. Caught me by surprise yesterday, completely. But anyway, that's the way it is. So there's a big sign up here saying left, Georgetown Pike, left, left, left. It is not going to do that. Can I force it over? So I'm going to intervene there. Okay, is it? No, don't go. Don't go. No. Your mapping data is now wrong. The exit for Georgetown Pike is actually a left exit, not a right exit anymore. Okay, so that's still incorrect. Yo, you don't have the steering wheel anymore. So how do you know if FSD is active? Because it still fails on me like every few thousand miles. It just crashes. So I wonder like how you know when it's going to be back. Okay, so this should be pretty. Now we're going to go out Georgetown Pike all the way to Route 7 where Georgetown Pike ends. Okay, we can't really see. We can go. We're going to creep out here. Kind of not very natural here. This is what everyone's talking about. I'm going to press accelerator because we can actually go. It turns into a right lane only, which didn't used to be right lane only. Gets over immediately. So that whole area there was just not done well. There was a lot of brake stabbing there that I've seen Chuck and Dirty Tesla talking about, just that very, feeling very unsure, unconfident. I'm going to just leave it in standard mode here and see how it handles this twisty roads out. Yesterday there was construction and kind of road work in various places. We'll see if that's still there. That was creating, they had to like let one lane through at a time. So we'll see how that goes. FSD did pretty well on this other than those construction zones yesterday. So we'll see how it does here. This again feels a pretty good speed for this road. Okay. So let's just talk, since we're on this beautiful little drive, rather than fast forward through all of it. I want to talk a little bit more about the parking. So I am one of the folks that uses handicap parking. So while I'm really happy to see that we have parking coming up and that it looks like it's working really well at superchargers, I really need the option to say park in the handicapped or drop me off and then go find a parking and then come pick me up because it's just really, my life is much better when I can use a handicapped parking spot. That is not in this software. So when we test this, it's just going to find some random spot, it sounds like. On last night's earnings call, Elon and Ashok talked about how future versions, maybe like 14.3 or so, might have what they called reasoning, which was it'll try to find the best parking spot, which implies that current versions and the previous versions didn't really have any reasoning. It was just somehow, whenever the little neurons triggered, it would just say, okay, park here, which is what it sounds like this version will do. So I'm really looking forward to the next iterations where we can say park in the handicap. This is really important for me at like V14 superchargers, because all V14 superchargers have a handicap, at least one handicap stall. Oh, that was really nice. That van was all really over the line with his mirror even further over the line. FSD moved over and gave it even more room, made it more comfortable for me. So the V14 superchargers are, they're almost always on curbs, and the handles are hard for me to get out. But the handicap stalls at those superchargers are really designed for people like me who have arm problems, and I can just get right up beside it. There's a cutout. So for me, I really need the car to park in the handicap parking at superchargers, and that does not exist today. So Tesla, if you happen to come across this, please, please, please add the handicapped as an option or as a setting that says prefer handicapped or something, because that would be a huge value add to me and to others with handicap plates and tags. Okay, we have a tight right left coming up here. FSD's not really struggled with this in recent versions. Okay, that was fine. We've got a tighter one coming up here in a little bit. Little bit of unsuredness there, nothing big deal, nothing that most humans don't do here and there on this road. Let's see, so what have also, so I have experienced some of that brake stabbing that the earliest users have been reporting. So there clearly is a little bit of more smoothing that needs to happen here. Okay, coming downhill here. Again, speed feels really good to me. This is not a road you want to go very fast on. I'm still in standard mode. This all feels perfectly fine to me. My God, the mansions on this road are just insanity now. There's so much money in this town. It's ridiculous. The broader town of DC. Okay, here's our tight right left. Just after this yesterday, there was road work for a barrier that was needing to be replaced. Let's see what happens when we come around the corner here. If it's still here, I don't see any signs today. Doesn't look like it's here today. Nope. You got that all done yesterday. This all feels very good. Okay. We do have a truck that's caught up to me, but honestly, I come around the corner here, doesn't freak out by that big truck. All right, very good so far. Again, I'm perfectly comfortable with the speed this is driving in standard mode on this road. I don't feel like we need to be going any faster. I'm sure Hurry or Mad Max would go faster. But I don't feel compelled to go any faster here. Okay. Okay, back from time lapse here. We're going to just got a little place to park right up here on the right after the traffic light. I'll cut the traffic light out here. All right, when I press the down arrow here, I can see my modes and I can also see my options for parking. It's currently selected as a parking lot and a park. And that's what I want to do. So let's see what it does here. It should be that second exit up there where the white truck just went in. Okay, we got our right turn signal on. It's kind of a little narrow entrance. Let's see what it does here. In we go. Never been in this lot before. I have the pin to the left. So let's see if it, so it's okay. That's all good. Then what's it going to do? Is it going to back in? Okay, oh, that certainly could have done it better. Oh, it did it. Let's let it park here. So it backed in, very nice. I like that. In it goes. Should go to park. And I bet we're going to be right at the pin. We're like right at the pin. Holy cow. We're right where the pin was. That's right where I had the pin. That's pretty cool. All right, so now we'll just go out to the supercharger. I'm going to click standard here. And again, so look, when I click down, it says, can I select charger? I can select charger. Park at charger. So let's see if it does it. It's not in the nav yet. if I click here, it does not show me a supercharger here yet, but it did let me pick charger. So let's see what happens. Okay, off we go. That was like seamless. I like doing other stuff. Like, all right. So again, 30, this is a 25-mile-an-hour zone. This is the right speed for here, despite what people may do. We're going to go to 35 right up here at all of this color at the landscaping place. There we are at 35. Coming up on speed a little slow, but worked okay. Let's see what it drives here now in standard mode to 40. All right, 40 is actually really comfortable. That's good. And if I go to hurry, it's going to go to 42, 43. It's still accelerating a little. 40, so like about 7 over. No, 11 over. Okay, I don't want to go that fast. And that wasn't even Mad Max. So now it's kind of staying at like 12 over. That's a little fast for me, but people do drive a little quickly on here, so this doesn't feel terribly out of sorts. It's hard for me to know. I don't drive it enough to really know. Anyway, it's faster than I would like to be going on this road probably without other traffic around me. All right, let's see if we make it through this light. And then so that was really cool. That parking, that was pretty darn neat, gotta say. I can't wait to do some of my other standard runs. Like the very first run I ever designed, that's the 100-mile loop around DC. It ends at a supercharger, and the whole, little stabby thing there. Oh, it disengaged. I don't know what happened there. It just disengaged and just came to a stop. Whoa, that was weird. I don't know if it was the construction or if it, I have no idea what happened there. It just gave up. Okay, now we're going to be coming up to a little bit of an awkward merge onto Route 7 to go west here. There's 2 lanes that turn right. Both have red lights, but a lot of people actually just ignore that and go through them so I don't know if that's legal or not legal. I think it's not legal, but given how many people do it, you just like wonder what's going on. So, what was this guy doing? Yikes. Okay, the FSD reacted to that pretty well. That is some erratic stuff. We have this okay, we're getting in the right lane. I think that's you can tell both these lanes will go to the right pretty well. I think this is the best lane to be in technically, but on the other side of this intersection, there's a new lane that opens up to the right for the rightmost on-ramp, and then this one would kind of go straight through, but I think a lot of people stay in the left lane here and then try to encroach over right after the turn or after the light here. Okay, we got the green light. Looks like we have a green light ahead. What are we going to do here? See, this guy's coming right on over. We went to the right. That is actually the most natural thing. FSD 13 yesterday did not do that. See, there's no turn on red from this lane, which implies the right lane you can turn right on red. The left lane you can't. I've seen people do that regardless. Right into the middle lane, I like that for this road. Speed limit's actually 55 here. It's registering 35, so it's stuck at 46. I don't know, and now it goes to 55. And now we're going to come up. We'll see how it does here. I will probably just time lapse through all of these traffic lights. All right, we're back to real time now here. We have just 0.7 miles to our exit, which is a right exit that's 3 lanes over. We have plenty of room at the moment to make our moves. It's still not doing so. Let's see what we got doing here. It's kind of, all right, it knows it wants to be over. That's good. That was fine. Kind of wish it would have did this a little sooner. Still got 0.3 of a mile, 0.2 of a mile. One more, and now it's got to go one more yet again. And it's just going to slide over. It did not give itself any extra room there. Had anything kind of got itself out, out of sorts, it would have had to have gotten a little awkward and inconvenient to others to get over. But not too bad. That run along Route 7 was just perfect though. V14 was reacting to traffic lights much earlier than all previous versions. Really early slowdowns, very smooth, very elegant reactions to traffic. That one where the left lane opened up, I mean, it was almost like it predicted when those cars were going to get into the left turn lane, and it just naturally moved into that lane to accelerate beyond. Absolutely perfect job there. All right, we have just 0.2 miles here to our exit to the Wawa. The one thing I do want to mention while we come around to the Wawa is that, I think for FSD to really to be mature, it needs to be able to react like within minutes of learning that there's some new thing on the road that it didn't know about. Whether that's potholes, whether that's a change in road conditions, like, the lane, how the whole exit changed where we were. The fleet needs to learn from each other and basically have dynamic, little, hey, this is different, because that's what we as humans do. We get surprised the first time, but then we're not surprised the next time. Like today, I was totally ready for the fact that there was now a left turn exit. It only took me once to be surprised. So the fleet really needs to be able to learn from every vehicle that goes through, particularly for anomalies. A little bit of brake stabbing there. Was not sure what that white car was going to do. I wasn't really sure what it was going to do either. We do have a green right arrow. We don't have to stop. It slows down but doesn't stop. All right, it looks like it's going to go all the way around to the front of the Wawa, even though I have the pin at the superchargers. I don't know if they are active yet. There were pins online today. I don't see the lights lit. I'm going to see what this does here. If it's reacting to this blue car. Is it? Okay, it is going to park. I selected charger, so it parked at the charger. This is where I really wanted to do the handicapped. That's the handicapped spot there. I can probably make this one work though. So even though the charger is not active, because I put the pin there and because I selected charger, it's still parked at the charger. How interesting is that? No preconditioning, obviously, but it's still parked at the charger, even though the pin was all the way around to the right. Fascinating, much improved over V13. Obviously, still some warts, still some smoothing to do, Don't know why that just failed outright on Georgetown Pike there. That was pretty weird. And then the lack of indication when if FSD was still available. I just had to push the button. Standard mode was perfectly fine on that drive. Didn't need to do anything other than standard mode. That was totally fine there. Really didn't need to be anything else. Okay, so first drive on V14 was a big success. I think the parking's really a huge improvement. Smoothness was improved overall, except for those brake stabbings and sort of being overreactionary to what it's seeing. But I'm sure that'll be worked out as we keep moving forward in the versions. And yeah, couldn't be happier with that. Man, that is always surprises me how much different and how much more improvement there can be. You think V13 felt so good. It was like just, it was a pleasure to drive on V13 most of the time. This is really yet another big step forward. So pretty darn cool. So over and out, I'll do a second video for my run back, which I'm going to take the interstates. We'll try Mad Max and Hurry on those and see how we do on those. So see you soon. This is NN Driven. Like and subscribe, please. Over and out. Stop recording.